Sweet little number. Did we get any live viewers last time?
We had a couple.
Or did
We had 2 viewers on the.
We did get a couple?
We had 2 viewers on last episode on YouTube.
It's John's girlfriend and John's mom, right?
Probably. You never know. All right.
But it's because John told them.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me retweet. This is the episode where Shelle dies.
Ratings bonanza.
Here we go. Watch live.
Happening. Back. All right. Here we go.
Yes.
And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekodrome. We try harder. Geekodrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. I am John, and I am joined by Shelle and Stugots.
Hello.
And I know that Stugots is very excited today because this morning Netflix released the trailer for the Glow series that will be coming out next month.
I've retweeted this like 4 times today. That's how excited I was about it. It looks very good. I love it already. Even if the show itself sucks, they made a great trailer, and it works because it's made me even more excited for something that I was already excited for.
And it really captures the '80s when Glow was happening. You have
I disagree.
You don't think so?
I don't think it looked like anything from the 80s. The 80s had a certain visual look, their TV shows, the acting, and I just felt like if this had looked more like that, maybe I would have enjoyed it more. But it's desaturated. It's very, it's very current and modern, and it turned me off. Like the whole time, I was like, this doesn't look like anything from the 80s. This doesn't visually look like 80s TV to me.
No, I don't think it looked like 80s TV, but I looked out. Everything looked like things looked in the 80s.
Yeah, it looked like it's set in the 80s.
Yeah, but with the desaturation, it brings it way to now. That's something they do now. Like the Get Down, you'll see is desaturated or whatever. I just the 80s were so vibrant. You know, I mean, we had hair bands, we had bandanas that were like day glow colors, and Madonna with her lime green bullshit, and it was just 80s were fucking popping with color. And I would just think that you're going to make something about the 80s, pay homage to how bright shit was.
What if that's just the behind the scenes stuff, and when you see them basically on air on the show, in the show, that's the big day glow, bright, because they were using those colors. Trailer. They were using those colors in the previous like teaser trailer and things like that.
To me, it's still perfect because I don't want to see that until I'm watching the show. For me,
exactly. What we're seeing is
I don't need to see the wrestling stuff right now. I know it's going to be wrestling.
Yeah.
I need that when I watch the show. Like, it's got to build up to it for me.
Yeah, and they have to learn to wrestle. Like you see at the beginning in the trailer, they are actresses who don't wrestle.
No idea what they're doing. Yeah.
Exactly. So and then you saw them later in the trailer. They did some wrestling moves. So obviously they learned like the Glow Girls did.
Yes.
Yes, because Mark Maron is just the perfect person to teach them. I hate Mark Maron.
Well, Mark Maron isn't the one teaching; he's the director who created it.
I agree with you, but at the same time, one of the wrestlers that are working on it is a gentleman. His wrestling name was Alex Riley, and I think he ends up turning up in the show as well. But he's one who's teaching them the wrestling moves, and he's very fundamentally sound. So I don't think these girls are going to be doing anything crazy like moonsaults or anything nuts like that. Moonsault. But I think it'll be very 80s heavy. I mean, very 80s wrestling heavy as far as the quality of the matches.
Yeah, I don't think the Glow Girls ever did like moonsaults and like.
No, that's what I mean. Like, you're not gonna from the guy who's training them. It's gonna be very fundamental moves. I think Alex Riley is not.
Anybody do them in the 80s though? Tell me.
In Japan, they were doing it. Great Muta was doing it already. So,
In the States, we had guys like Snuka and
Who, yeah, he
Steamboat.
would just leap off, but like
He would,
those
yeah, he
other
was a
flashy
leaper.
moves, like for the '80s, like think of a Hulk Hogan, Paul Orndorff match. It'll be body slams, punches, clotheslines, that kind of stuff. It's
Like a
not going to be,
brawl.
yeah. It's not going to be like a Jerry Briscoe, Dory Funk Sr. classic mat wrestling match.
I don't think there were any classic matches in Glow, so I think we're safe on that front.
That's what I mean. Like, I really think it's going to be very close to what we remember Glow being, with Tina Ferrari and Ashley Cartier and Little Fiji and Sally the Farmer's Daughter, Godiva, Natasha. I could keep going.
I only know Moolah. I only know the Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous Moolah was not in Glow. She was the WWF Women's World Champion for about 20-something years.
Yeah.
Yeah, ridiculously long.
That repetitive nature really is why the only reason I remember her. She was awesome.
Yeah. And they took the belt away from Moolah to give it to Wendy Richter when they were trying to go through the whole rock and wrestling thing. And then Wendy Richter turned into like backstage cancer. And they just took the belt from her. Didn't even tell her that she was losing it. They was just done and get out and don't let the door hit you.
See, I didn't know they did that to Richter. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I learned that on one of the Pritchard Show podcasts. They talk about it. I don't remember which one, but I know that it was brought up.
Oh, I don't remember. I finally made it through all of the Pritchard podcasts by this week.
Oh, awesome!
So I'm all caught up, but I don't remember that story. I remember that all coming up. It was in one of the bonus shows.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So if Shelle wants to get ready for Glow, there was a documentary that I know I saw on Netflix a while back, and I know they brought it back. Just a documentary on Glow. See if you want to see what it was like, really. I know Stugots and I both watched it back in the day.
Yes.
And we both obviously watched that documentary.
Sprained my wrist to that show.
Oh dear.
Soul Patrol, Hollywood and Vine, Melanie Trouble Vixen. I mean, they were as cliched and stereotyped as possible. Of course, the Soul Patrol were black girls who were from the street. Let's see, Jackie Stallone, Sylvester Stallone's mom was involved, but there was a female manager who was like this old lady, heavy set. She looked a little bit like Estelle Costanza. Oh God, I can't remember her name. I can remember everyone else's name on that show. I can't remember her. She was like the classy Freddie Blassie of the show. It was filmed at the Riviera Hotel. There's all stuff off the top of my head.
Stugots, would that be Aunt Kitty?
Yeah, I think so. I can't even say for sure. I would have to trust you on it.
Wow. This is his first wrestling blackout.
Yeah, I could never remember the lady's name. But Mount Fiji, Little Fiji, I remember them all.
According to Wikipedia, Jackie Stallone was the figurehead owner and a manager of the Good Girls, and Aunt Kitty was the manager of the Bad Girls. So. And
Jackie Stallone, you only saw her occasionally, and when she did, everyone stopped. What they were doing was like, yeah, And she was on the intro. The intro was them all rapping, or singing the song, like the WWE did with their Land of a Thousand Dances song. And then all of a sudden and I'm Mama Stallone, and she's looking like all cool with her bopping. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was just as bad as the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah, it was very much. It was more like Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah. It was very close to that.
Yeah.
So that's coming in June. I know we're going to come back to that when it comes out, and we're all going to watch it. And whether it's good or bad, we're going to talk about it.
At least for the first episode, and then I'll be like, oh my God, this is horrible. I can't.
Well, it's Netflix. So you binge it and hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
And there was one other trailer that came out today that I don't know how we feel about it, for the Orville.
I didn't even watch the trailer. I saw the article that you sent, and I was like, nope, hated it.
All right, well, I sent the link to the trailer, which is Seth MacFarlane doing a
that's
Galaxy
all I needed
Quest.
to know to not like it.
Well, it's a Galaxy Quest type Star Trek show. And why did you hate it, Stugots?
I don't like Seth MacFarlane. The whole thing where it's like, oh, when his eyes like almost closed, and it's like, oh, but I'm so cool. Oh, I'm gonna make a dick joke. And I'm gonna sing. Oh, shut up. Just come out of the fucking closet and live a happier life. And I'm sorry, Family Guy sucked as soon as Fox brought it back. That time after it was canceled. It sucked since then. Then the Cleveland show sucked. I hate American Dad.
I love American Dad.
I will say American Dad is a very different take on his other projects, but it still sucks.
Well,
The movie Ted,
he's just
you have a different character, and you use a voice for your most popular character. No, that's not what you do when you do voices and characters.
Just his voice. That's just
everyone has a distinct personality and voice. John doesn't sound like me. A Stugots puppet doesn't sound like Clark Puppet or Christy Puppet. They all have very different voices and personalities. Oh, it's just like to me, that's lazy. He's lazy and he's just cashing checks.
Well, I feel like no. He originally started with, with Peter Griffin and the dog, when it was just a little cartoon that he didn't think would go anywhere. I think it was like a college project or something. And so, he just stuck with the voices that he did. I feel like
and that's fine. But then when
angry at him.
When you have this movie Ted come out, it's a different voice. It's not the same voice.
Don't worry, Ted wasn't that funny either.
It wasn't.
Ted, this is the thing. You guys are like very emotional about things, but honestly, Ted made enough money so that there would be a Ted 2. So you have to look at it and say it got people in the seats. It got people in the seats.
I saw Ted. There were a couple jokes I thought were funny, but they were basically ripped off from other movies. Ted 2 didn't even have those funny bits to me.
I didn't see Ted 2.
You didn't miss much.
Nothing. Same exact movie.
It really pretty much was. But I liked the parody of Boogie Nights, the cocaine scene. And there was one or two others, and I don't remember. I watched it so long ago.
Hey, we're gonna have a hot girl shit on the floor. Oh. Ooh. You create different characters.
Lived that life.
You give them different voices. It's simple. And if you don't have those voices, they know what you don't have. You don't have a character.
Well,
let me just say, on his worst day, he is a gazillion times more successful than any of us. So you have to give him that he has talent and that he obviously is doing something right. We all work hard at our chosen professions, and yet we'll never get that amount of stardom. So I feel like I don't like him personally. I feel like he went on Twitter rants and got way too political. So, I even stopped following him, but I'm not going to now think everything he does sucks, because that would just be disingenuous. The guy is talented.
I don't even know what his politics are. I don't think
voices.
I don't follow him either.
I just feel like you guys are really over-hating Seth MacFarlane.
No, I'm not over-hating. I just don't find his work funny. I keep giving it tries.
You said he was talentless in a DM.
He is.
That's
zero talent.
Not me.
That's not. He sings well. He does great voices.
He does not entertain me. He does one voice, apparently.
That's fair. Dude,
he does one voice, apparently. And he does two voices. He does his own voice, and he does Peter Griffin's voice. Oh, he does voices. He does two. I do 7.
He does Stan from American Dad.
That's different enough. I'll give it that. But I liked the first few seasons of not American Dad, of Family Guy, and then it went off the air, and then it came back, and I didn't find it funny. And the big difference was that some of the writers left and started Phineas and Ferb, which is a very clever cartoon. So it kind of just shows that the writers' room changed. It was the original writers' room that was what made those early episodes good. And once they were gone, I just didn't find the show funny.
I will always watch it if it's on Adult Swim. I'm not going to turn it away. I like it. I really do love American Dad. I love the alien. It's just Paul Lynde, and I just love it.
Oh yeah.
I love gay Paul Lynde alien, just being a sexual deviant and just an all around asshole. I love it. And Cleveland, I like too. I liked Cleveland. Cleveland, I really liked the opening song, the graphics and the song, and I thought that was very cute. But the show was just okay.
I watched Cleveland once or twice. I really didn't care for it.
Is that because you're a racist, John?
No, I just didn't find it funny.
You don't find black cartoons funny, John? Is that the takeaway here?
I bet you don't watch Boondocks either.
You're
No,
the
I love
worst,
Boondocks.
Dodge to Gods.
Oh,
Dodge to
Boondocks
Gods is
is
like,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, so to be
Stugots
fair,
adds logs to the fire. He just wants to see it get bigger and bigger.
I know he's just trying to throw
Terrible.
me under a big old bus.
When I do the show and I edit it together at the end, all I listen for is Dodge to Gods doing that. Like,
I don't do anything like that. I am completely innocent.
All right, but
It's absurd.
Stugots, would you say
Yes.
that Peter Griffin, Stewie Griffin, and Brian Griffin all sound the same?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
No, they sound different. Ted and Peter Griffin, same fucking voice.
No,
But they're all
Ted doesn't
set.
sound like Peter Griffin. Ted sounds like Brian the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's closer to Brian, but yeah.
That's it. Like in my ears, I hear more Peter Griffin. Like to me, from seeing Seth MacFarlane like host what award show did he host? Like 2 years ago.
Oh, was it the Oscars?
Maybe it was. Like to me, his real voice is Brian's voice.
Yes.
All right. So the Ted, the talking bear, teddy bear, was Peter Griffin's voice. The only thing he missing was 2 balls on his chin.
The Bolchinian.
All right.
I think Ted was more Brian, but with a Boston accent.
Yeah,
I guess
to me it sounds a little closer to that as well. But
yeah, but I feel like like I said, he's probably a schmuck, but I think he's a talented guy.
No, I don't even know if he's.
I even bought the Christmas album where he's.
I've never met the guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say he's a schmuck, and I don't know his political views.
No, you just say he's talentless and that you. Can't
He
say
does
him.
not entertain me at all with his mock talent.
You've never been entertained once by Seth MacFarlane.
I've ceased to be entertained. I could be having a grand old time. He comes on the TV screen, entertainment stop.
Well, anyway, Orville. I loved Galaxy Quest. I love sci-fi and funny shit. So that's why I also loved Firefly and Serenity. I like the sci-fi and the comedy. And it's such a small and not well appointed genre that anything that comes out like that, I will watch it. Even if there's 2 jokes out of 21 minutes, I'll continue to watch it because I just like it. I think it's fun that someone's even trying.
I'm willing to give it a shot. I hope it's better than that trailer. But
See,
I love Galaxy Quest. It's probably the best Star Trek movie there is.
that's my favorite Star Trek film.
It really is.
It's amazing. Oh man, I really, really wanted to see that sequel.
Me too.
I know. But
Me too.
unfortunately, we may never see it now.
No, I mean, no, I don't think they would do it without that guy. So
Yeah, no. Since he passed away, there's been nothing talked about on any of the sites that were covering it. But they were close to doing a sequel finally.
yeah, they were all talking about it, and I think it was in, I don't know if it was Variety or Entertainment, so one of those magazines had put out an article about it. I was like, oh man, this is cool. And then 2016 reared its ugly head, and everybody died.
Yes.
I know, and I loved Alan Rickman. He was just such a fantastic actor.
Yes.
Loved him in Die Hard.
Yes.
Die Hard, Harry Potter.
Man, oh man.
I don't even want to look at his IMDb because it's just going to be all amazing roles.
It's going to be sad.
Yeah, I mean, and he was an actor. You know what I mean? He wasn't acting. He was an actor. He was one of those guys. So he was, no matter what the role or the movie, he was always bringing it. It was very fun to watch him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and Galaxy Quest 2. I mean, come on. That's fucking brilliant.
That would have been money.
Oh.
It's one of those things where people love that movie and definitely would have come out for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It has such a huge cult following. But
I mean, look at Blade Runner 2049. Again, I mean, that's a cult following too, and they're now making it. So they definitely would have gotten together and put something out for Galaxy West.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
yeah, well, and I mean, this is a whole another discussion, but every property is being mined and sequeled and rebooted right now that, it's no-brainer that it would happen.
Yeah. I don't agree with all of every reboot or every remake. I think some shouldn't be remade.
No, but I think at some point they're just going to run out of properties because they've been doing it for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of getting a little old, and people it's just one or two big blockbusters need to fail, and it'll all start to cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I only look forward to the Marvel movies, really.
Yeah, and those are still a juggernaut, but once a Marvel movie fails, it's all over.
Oh, it's all over, baby. We're going to go back to watching Amadeus.
Amadeus was a good movie. Didn't it win the Oscar for Best Picture?
It did, but it's not a summer movie.
No, it's not a summer movie. It's a November movie.
That's what I mean.
I'm going to say, I love Amadeus and all, but I don't see it as, a big summer blockbuster.
No. So we were talking about animated shows there, right? When I established my case of how Seth MacFarlane is not entertaining. In the 80s there were comic strips made into cartoons. There was a Blondie cartoon, and a Kathy cartoon. Oh.
God damn!
And nobody wanted to watch either of them.
And it's there were so many. I even remember a Family Circus Easter special.
They had a bunch of specials. I won't even say they had a show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they had a show. I think it was just they would do the holiday specials and stuff like that. But it was there are so many damn comic strips that you can make an animated series and do it well. And the Blondie cartoon had Lonnie Anderson doing the voice, So it wasn't like a slouch. This is the 80s. She was a big star then.
God rest her soul.
That's true.
Yes. It's America's Rose.
She's left us, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I wasn't sure either. I was just
I don't think so.
America's Rose. Well, she's still
Farrah Fawcett left us.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Yes.
I don't even want
She was America's Rose.
Too soon.
Yes.
Too soon.
Oh, man. And Suzanne Summers, right? Didn't she check out?
She did.
I know.
She did?
Yeah.
No.
I thought so. Didn't she have cancer a couple times?
Suzanne Summers?
Oh, no, she's still around.
I don't know.
She is still around. I corrected.
I wasn't sure about that, but I know that I remember the cancer a few times. I just maybe it took her.
Yeah, I thought she passed away from it as well.
Her face is really weird, though. She's got a lot of. She might be a case study on what happens when Botox doesn't take properly. Her skin looks really weird and lumpy. This area, this chin.
I mean, you have to think you're injecting chicken fat into your body. Of course, it's going to. There's a chance of rejection.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't know. It's rough that these ladies think that they have to do it, but I guess they do.
Just grow old gracefully. Jesus.
I guess they won't get work though. It's sad. It's really sad. I mean, if you look at what's his name from The Nice Guys?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. He is not a lean, handsome guy anymore.
All right, let's not make fun of the chubby guys, okay?
No.
But
you don't want me to stand up, but I'm just saying that he's, you know what I mean?
You can't stand up. You don't wear pants
That's
during
right.
the show.
I'm not wearing pants. It would be frightening.
True.
But
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, well, you guys told me you weren't wearing pants, so I believe.
I'm wearing shorts.
I'm wearing shorts.
No, that's not the same as not wearing pants.
But that's what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm really not wearing pants. Anyway, Russell Crowe is. No one cares that he is now a huskier man. No one cares. But God forbid Sean Young show up in Blade Runner 2049 with an extra 60, 70 pounds. People would be saying she was disgraceful. Maybe not us people, but believe me, there'd be people.
There'd be people.
Those people.
People talk.
They talk.
All right. Well,
All right.
We'll try and watch that one in the fall and see how it goes. We know it's going to make air. The Orville. We brought it back to the Orville, which is what we were talking about. Seth MacFarlane. If it sucks, we gave it one episode.
If it sucks, I get to say I told you.
You get to say I'm still not entertained by Seth MacFarlane.
I was correct.
We shall see. But
just so you guys are keeping track, I'm keeping track right now. We have one person watching live on YouTube, and we got one.
Oh, hi.
Yes, we do right now.
Hi,
we got a thumbs up.
Oh, do we? Okay, cool. I'm not looking at that page. I have just this.
I looked at it. I checked.
Well, one show that we all decided to watch together a couple months ago was Riverdale.
Yay!
And that ended last week. So did we all kind of stick through the whole season?
I did.
I think I died watching that show, much like the poor gay twin that got shot in the head in the opening episode.
Jason Blossom.
Jason Blossom. Yeah.
That his death was a metaphor for the viewership of this show.
He was the Laura Palmer of Riverdale.
Yes.
It really was, and
he really was. But his death was like, this is what we will do to our audience over the course of 13 episodes. We will shoot them in the head to put them out of the misery for season 2.
So, Stugots, how much of the season did you actually make it through?
I went and watched the other night. We watched episode 10, the first one with Molly Ringwald, and who I thought looked very cute in the quick shots of her. You know, I know Shelle had said that they don't keep her on camera very long, but I noticed her teeth were a little messed up, like someone, maybe did that to her once. And it was like,
her teeth are always like that, but I think the work in her face now keeps her mouth open in a weird and different way. So you see it more.
It could have been. But it was like, what there's a party with an adult at it who's watching, and then there's an adult outside yelling at the other adult. Like, wait, motherfuckers, why don't you just stop in this party? The whole thing with locking the door, and now you can't leave, and we're going to do truth or dare. And it's like, fuck this, bitch. I get to leave if I want to America.
Exactly.
No martial law here. Trump president. I do what I want. I leave someplace if I don't want to stay.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
So now I don't know who shot JR. I don't know.
Well.
Spoiler alert.
So what did you like about the show and what didn't you? You obviously didn't like the crazy things like that. What did you like about it, Stugots?
First, I loved that it was a modern take on classic characters, and it was a very different take on characters that we all know to be a certain way. So I did enjoy that. I like a new story to be told with them. That was cool. I didn't mind the murder. I thought that was all cool because young people do have a tendency to not like storytelling done in long form. So I love that, the whole premise. But somewhere along the way, even in that episode 10, Veronica's going through legal documents trying to build the case. And it's like, glasses on, like, hey, I found something. Go.
Yeah, the lawyers didn't find it. Go
do your homework.
Just a 16-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I with her glasses, she looked all smart. Oh, look at me. I found the loophole. That's the lawyer's thing. And the whole lawyer here reading a letter from his client threatening someone else or writing, to go to authorities about a crime that someone else committed. That lawyer is now obligated to go report that. I watched Better Call Saul. I know.
I do love Better Call Saul.
I do too. Honest, that episode last week was awesome. So it's like, they put these young children in not just adult situations, like real adult situations.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what the hell? Like, it's just stupid. It worked. It was so cool, and then all of a sudden, it's like, nope, we're flipping it, and we're gonna go the Gossip Girl route.
Yes.
So that's what I hated about the show. I didn't like,
Yes.
Teenagers acting 30, and admittedly, everything it's, about the kids, and it should be. But, it's just like when they're outsmarting the police, great, you're the Scooby Gang. I get it.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, it worked for Buffy because the adults don't see the vampires. Like, they're outside of that sphere. So the adults can't do anything about it. But here it's like they're outsmarting the chief of police and they're dealing with the bikers. And it's like, come on, really?
I mean, Veronica Mars, too. I think the CW or whatever channels the Veronica Mars was on.
UPN it was.
They like to make the kids the smart ones or the adult ones, because in Gossip Girl, in every episode, the adults were a mess. They were not someone you could go to and confide in or ask for advice. They were people that were cheating, or being cheated on, losing money, going to jail. So, I mean, I feel like it's just following a formula that maybe we weren't necessarily all aware of until right now. And, I mean, it's just,
I also didn't like the overly sexualization of the girls. All of a sudden, that one episode, they start stripper dancing in their cheerleader outfits. Wait, why are you gyrating that way? That's not nice.
No.
Because sex sells.
It does, but that doesn't mean it's appropriate. That's what it sells. Story sells as well.
That's true. And that's why my favorite parts were the mystery of Jason Blossom's killer.
Yes.
And, I love that mystery element. It's also one of the things I love about Twin Peaks, where it's like, this is your guiding story, this is what you're pushing for, and everything else is kind of happening around it.
So who killed this Fruit Loop?
Shelle, would you like to let him know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're our live listener viewer and you don't know, perhaps you want to mute right now.
Don't do that.
We don't want to lose you.
Dude. Just keep listening. It's okay.
We're not spoiling that much. It's a teen drama.
Jason Blossom was shot by his own father.
Dun, dun, dun!
Jen!
Oh!
Jen!
Oh, don't ruin it for her.
No, it's okay. Never mind. Go back to sleep.
Oh, you won't go around to tell her to kill Jason Blossom? You're the worst, officially. Oh, I thought something was wrong. She's so great.
She is. She's awesome. No, stay. Don't get out of bed.
It's too late. She's out of bed. She's shuffling around. She's all in a daze.
Are you watching?
What's up?
Oh, Jen's the one watcher, so she heard it anyway.
Oh,
she will hear it.
One watcher. Well, I gave her.
Already laughing.
I had already given her a spoiler alert warning then.
Oh, she wasn't sleeping.
Oh.
Oh, she. Oh, you're not watching us?
No.
Oh, never mind. She's not the one.
She's
What are you watching?
upset.
Huh?
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, she's watching Lilo and
Oh.
Stitch.
Well, we'll say hi to Paper Doll Gun Mall, who
I
is.
have not seen.
Oh,
her.
hi, Gunmal. How you doing?
Oh, hi.
She's one of my followers on Twitter.
Oh, she's not one of
So,
mine.
yes. And we do stream live. If you're listening to this on recording on Google, we let you know on Twitter, and you can subscribe on YouTube. So you can subscribe on YouTube, and you'll get the notifications when we go live.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
So yes. So the reason was that his father, who runs the big maple syrup company, was muling drugs through his big maple syrup company.
The maple syrup monopoly. Watch that.
He's a drug runner from Riverdale to I guess in Canada. Is that where the hotbed of heroin is now? Is that where they were going with the trucks, or were they going from taking the heroin elsewhere?
I think it was.
thought they
I
said
don't know where it was too.
I guess it doesn't matter. In the end, it just seemed odd that he would kill his own kid.
Yeah, I don't know. They explained it all, and it made sense, in a TV drama kind of way.
Yeah, very weak sense.
And then the final episode had us, looking to the future. And,
I thought that was terrible.
Yeah. Although I did
Zombies.
like Cheryl Blossom going insane. That was kind of
Yeah,
fun.
I don't mind an arson once in a while, but I didn't want Luke Perry to get shot.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
It's
that.
like who is Luke Perry alive?
You don't
And
know.
who shot him?
I don't know. I guess we got to tune in next season. But
Oh, I guess
are we
we
going to
do.
tune in
See?
next season for this?
I don't know.
No. Oh, wasn't it renewed?
Yeah.
It was renewed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's their only kid drama, right? That's not a vampire show right
Because
now.
Vampire Diaries ended.
There's Supernatural. There's Supernatural.
And the originals are still on, right?
The originals are still on. I don't know if the 100s is. I don't know.
I don't even know those.
And my girlfriend
I
watches them.
think the 100 is.
The 100 is a cigarette.
Yes, the Marble Light 100. I was very into for a long time.
I had a
200
feeling.
cigarettes. 200 cigarettes is just a fantastic movie. I'm the only one who saw it.
Apparently.
In indie movie. In the
Oh, no,
90s.
that was good. That was so good.
Christina Ricci and Elvis Costello and
Feeding the fire. 200 cigarettes was so good.
it was damn good. I say go out and watch it.
Okay, is that your hot pick? Hot pick.
All right, hot picks. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
200 cigarettes. See you next week.
200 cigarettes and Painkiller Jane, the comic book, and whatever Shelle recommended.
Bridget Jones's Baby.
Oh, Bridget Jones's Baby.
So we're skipping.
Thank you for listening.
We're going to skip the blind items and just go straight to that. Gotcha. All right. So
Steer this ship around, will you, John?
Please.
My dear
So-
Lord.
are any of us going to try and come back for season 2 of this show?
No.
I'm iffy. It depends. I really hate Archie. And when you hate the main guy, it's very difficult.
He's the main character, and he's absolutely a horrible person. I called my dad and told him not to divorce my mom. Listen, you don't make those decisions around this house, okay?
He doesn't want to stare at
Last time I
those
checked,
cheeks.
I'm bringing home the bacon.
My problem with Archie was, hey, I picked up a guitar today. Hey, next week at the big Jubilee, I'm playing my new hit song. It's like, what? You got
And I'm in love with a black girl now.
Well, that's fine.
It's like, and but it was just like, no, you're not. You don't. I don't know who you're in love with. You might be in love with Jughead, to tell you the truth.
Honestly, I wouldn't have doubted that.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's like, I don't know. You do the things where you kiss, you have sex with one girl, or in love with another girl, but then you start dating a black girl. You don't do that when you're unsure of your sexuality.
Right,
Don't worry, because he goes back and dates
with the teacher.
Veronica at the end.
Oh yeah, the
and
teacher. I forgot about the teacher.
The teacher. Let me tell you something. If I had my choice of who the murderer was, it was the teacher.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, even get rid of her for a few episodes. I don't care.
Yes.
But let's find out that she is a red-headed schoolboy serial killer, and then we got something interesting happening here.
And then it would have been, she would have taken away in cuffs, and she would have, I would have gotten away with it too. Or for you kids. And
pesky kids.
Fucking that pesky. You know what? I wanted to break my television when he said pesky. I said, no, it's not pesky, you son of a bitch. It's meddling.
Yeah, you're meddling kids.
Cocksuckers.
And that dog too, named Scooby-Doo.
You know what? Maybe I will not watch a second because I'm getting really angry.
Yes, that's it.
His
Get
music
angry.
career has angered me.
And his pseudo jungle fever.
But I do love Jughead, but he's such an angsty little bitch that maybe I don't love him as much as I thought I did.
I don't know. He made a good narrator.
He really did.
I love the way
he was too. The one scene where he's telling Betty that, how long is this going to last? I was like, dude, I've seen this scene before. And it was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And it was much more entertaining and convincing than the acting that you and the girl who should be playing Batgirl are doing.
See, I don't even like her for Batgirl.
I think why? I think she'd be very good.
I just don't think... Something about her face. I just don't see her as Batgirl.
Oh, that's rude.
I don't think she's unattractive. There's just something.
Oh.
She just looks too. She looks too
Homely?
innocent, I think. Not homely, shit.
But I think that works for, the secret identity of the superhero.
I think maybe one of the Pretty Little Liar girls might be better, or that girl that I came up with
The one
a few
from
months ago.
what about one of the girls, the daughters from Modern Family? What about them?
Watch Modern Family.
I don't watch the show either, so I can't.
The older one, I think she had a breast reduction because my breasts are too big. Feel bad for me. And then the younger girl, the one who's on Pretty Little Liars Club, like her family was abusive to her as the show was getting popular. And this, what's his name? Ed O'Neill had to step in and get they were trying to get like a temporary guardianship away from her parents.
You have to get all Al Bundy on them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like you have to be a bad parent if Al Bundy's like,
You're like,
hey, you guys aren't doing something cool right here. And then put his hand down his pants.
That's the important part. All right.
It gets cold.
So we were all kind of mixed on the show, and we don't know if we're coming to watch it again next season.
No.
Shelle hated it because she said Betty was ugly.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say she was ugly.
You said her face. There was something wrong with it.
I said she looked too innocent. It didn't look like she could be a Batgirl. That doesn't. You are a twister, and that's not very nice.
Anti-M, it's a twister.
Maybe this nice lady who's following you on Twitter will stop following you on Twitter when she realizes that you have a problem with the truth. Perhaps now she is reevaluating.
I just got unfollowed. I just got the notification.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Thank you.
Welcome to the world of Twitter.
You, lady.
All right. So we may or may not ever come back to Riverdale. But, I was also disappointed because there was the rumor that Sabrina was supposed to be in the final episode, and there was no Sabrina.
Who started that rumor?
What do you think of the show?
It's an online rumor thing.
No.
So there were no zombies, no Sabrina.
But I read a couple of spoilers for it, and then it actually said that there was no Sabrina.
Oh.
You cheater. All right. But, we can move on. Oh, wait. Paper Doll Gun Mall says she's #Stugots strong.
That's right, baby.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Fight the power.
Exactly. All right. So, moving on from Riverdale to something a little more fun.
Moving right along. Loose and fancy free.
Shelle, you happen to have any blind items for us today?
I do have blonde items. I have blind items.
Blind and blonde items? Is that what you're saying?
Ooh, you just gave them away. We got a hint. The blonde item. Lonnie Anderson.
No.
Pamela
Anderson.
Heather Locklear.
I think I'm just going to wait to hear that now.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Yes.
This permanent A-list, mostly movie actor who chain smokes and loves hookers and may have a price on his head brought a stripper to a charity event he hosts. He said it's easier to date strippers and hookers.
All right. So this is actually a prediction of the future from when I'm hosting the Beer and Bow Ties event at the end of August.
Oh. That's not true.
Oh. Okay.
See, I was just going to guess Charlie Sheen because Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. But I'll say Ben. Well, it wouldn't be Ben Affleck because he's still technically married. He does chain smoke though.
Permanent A-list, mostly movie actor.
So that means a little older.
It doesn't necessarily mean that.
How about a hint?
No, permanent A-list doesn't mean that because he considers Ashton Kutcher for some reason.
Oh yeah,
that's true. He chain smokes and loves hookers and may have a price on his head.
Price on his head from the
$6 million man.
Yeah.
From Mexico.
From Mexico.
El Chapo.
Ooh. Donald Trump.
He is
He chain smokes.
A-list movie actor.
That is, got the wall between him and Mexico.
Yeah, that's why he's putting it up to protect him from El Chapo.
El Chapo is in custody in America.
Thank God.
I don't see an answer. Do you, Stugots?
No, I don't see an answer.
It is Sean Penn. Sean Penn. El Chapo, the biggest hint I could give you, and neither of you got.
He's permanent A-list?
He used to be.
He is permanent A-list.
I guess. Yeah, I guess he puts asses in seats.
No.
People talk about him for
People
whatever
talk
he does.
about him. People, yeah. I mean, for good or bad.
People talk about him and say, "Wow, this guy's an idiot. He's famous."
He's still famous. I mean, he's doing like documentaries and whatever now, but he's still famous.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't see that coming.
Here's one.
I think we need to know that one.
You may get this one. You may not.
I'm gonna say not.
If you are this foreign-born A-list rapper, it is way better for your image to have your PR people leak all these stories about strippers and getting random women pregnant across the pond than to have anyone think you are hooking up with that closeted A-list athlete who seems to go everywhere you do.
Oh.
A-list foreign-born rapper.
Foreign-born.
My problem is I don't know too much hip hop anymore.
Ali G.
It's a good call. He's Ali G in the house, yeah.
Yeah, he's foreign.
He is.
Booyah shakalaka.
All right. Have there been recent PR leaks about strippers and pregnancies about Ali G? I love the blind items. I feel like you guys kind of guess sometimes, but I feel like more it's like enlightening as to what's happening behind the scenes that you guys didn't even care about.
Well, then I have no idea what goes on.
We really
I
don't.
Yeah.
So this,
I have no idea that these things. Because I really don't pay attention to things. You know them. I feel like without even looking at the answer.
sometimes not. I don't know so much about the rappers and the sports guys.
Sports guys.
The rapper.
Two guys puts out a joke for him and myself. It's hilarious for the two of us.
That's awesome.
Sports guys, Scott and Sid. Look at the hind.
The A-list rapper is Drake.
Oh.
Ah.
And
Drake.
the closeted A-list athlete is Odell Beckham Jr.
I have no idea who that is.
I know who Drake is, but
Drake
I've heard
looks
the name
gay.
Odell Beckham Jr. before.
I will say that much. He looks gay, but wasn't he like with J-Lo not too long ago?
A-Rod's with J-Lo now.
But before that, he's been attached to famous women before.
Those are never real.
You know? I mean, he was on Degrassi, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
Still don't know.
Do you happen to have a third one that we can go to, or should we just move on?
Because we're on a roll here, baby.
I guess maybe this A-list talk show, game show, radio show host should be nicer to the people he employs so they don't start
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, it's Steve Harvey. We all
gallons
shared
upon
that.
gallons of tea about his wife. You know, like the whole thing, she had kids with her drug-dealing cousins. So, yes, it was Steve Harvey. And apparently
I read an article this week where he has told... Did you send this to us? He told his staff not to talk to him?
Yes.
Yeah. There will be no talking to me in the hallways. Do not approach me in the makeup chair. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're a douchebag. We have to talk to you.
After we talked about the Kings of Comedy in last week's episode, that popped up, and I shared it with you guys.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he was also a blind item last week, though.
He was. Yes.
About him, about him moving his show and not telling anybody, and it's all because of his wife. I think he cheats on her, and I think he puts himself out there as some sort of man of God now. Like he's
very religious and all this other good stuff.
And I think she puts herself out there as that too. And she might be, but he seems to not be.
And that's what kicked off Stugots' rant about the Kings of Comedy and all that.
Comedy last week, yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun for blind items for this week.
We got 1 out of 3. 1 for 3.
One for 3. We were on top of that third one, though.
Yeah, I knew you would be.
So that brings us to everybody's favorite part of the show, Hot Picks.
Hot Picks.
Hot Picks.
Hot
Shelle, do you need a lozenge? Are you okay?
I think my time has come, gentlemen.
Well,
And
before you
watching.
pass this mortal coil, what is your hot pick for the week?
My hot pick is actually Bridget Jones's Baby.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, when the first Bridget Jones book came out, it was one of those books that and maybe I'm a total fag for loving it, but I just thought it was hysterical, and it was one of those books that I liked so much that I bought it for other people. Oh. And I've never been a huge Renee Zellweger fan. I don't know. I'm sure she's great and she's talented, but for whatever reason, she just didn't appeal to me. But she was always good in these movies, and the first two movies were great, and they waited such a long time for this third movie, and she looks so different. I just didn't want to see it. I wasn't going to go and pay to see it. Yeah. So I finally just watched it on my television, and it's hysterical. She's great in it. You get over the fact that she looks so different pretty quick.
She's had a lot of plastic surgery.
She has, but she's still when she smiles, she still gets that. I mean, I thought one of the more appealing things about her was how different she looked, how scrunchy her face was.
Yeah, yeah. I think she was adorable. I
guess she just didn't like it. But I mean, there's a lot of self-deprecating humor. There's it's just really fun. It's a fun movie, and I probably it's fine. I didn't go see it. You don't need to see that on the big screen, but if you like the other two, well,
and I don't think you can see it on the big screen anymore.
No, but I'm saying I'm not like, oh shit, I really wish I would have seen it on the big screen. But it is funny, and it definitely is worth a watch, especially if you like the books or like either one of the original movies.
Wasn't that her in Empire Records where that came out wearing just the apron? Yeah, she was beautiful.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. She was also in Dazed and Confused, and oh no, that wasn't her. Sorry, I'm confusing her now.
That was the girl from Blue Lagoon.
Well, that's different. Not Mila. What's her name? Was in Chasing Amy. Who looked exactly like her.
Who looks just like her. I always confuse them. Joey Adams.
Thank you. Joy Lauren Adams, yes.
Yes.
I always confuse them.
Yeah.
Both adorable, and they were
yes.
doing indie movies at the same time and whatever. So, I mean, the big problem with that is just after 10 years or 15 years or whatever between sequels, people just weren't interested.
Yeah, and but it's a shame because it was funny, and it was entertaining. It was a fun movie, and it was cute.
Yeah, I heard it was all right. I never saw the
way better than I expected. Put it that way.
All right. Well, maybe we'll check it out. But what about you, Stugots? What are you hot picking for us this week?
I will hot pick the Glow documentary.
Oh.
What a cop out. All right.
I know, because I had nothing.
It's all good. The whole point of hot picks is just for those little things that we'd never talk about anyway, and just kind of talking them out on air. But we did talk about. So
but seriously, I had nothing. It was either I really was going to say the Painkiller Jane comic book because I referenced it before, and it was just still sticking in my head. So.
All right. Yeah, I've never read that one, so.
It wasn't bad. She's like a female Punisher type, and.
Yeah, it had a TV show at one point.
Yeah,
but I didn't watch it.
It was. I she had bandages. You can read if you can find it online, read it. It was good. It was just as good as when we had the female Punisher in Marvel. What's her name? Lynn, whatever. I want to say it was Lynn Austin, but that's my friend who was the original Hooters girl with a Playboy. What the hell? I don't remember her name now. She had blonde hair. I know that.
Yeah, I'm blanking.
She was a cop, and then she lost her job and became the female Punisher when Frank Castle was killed. I'll use quotes on that.
Okay. Yeah, he's died and come back a few times. I was never a big Punisher. I was in the 90s, but...
Yeah, that's when it was. It was the 90s.
All right, so it has to be after I stopped reading Punisher. All right, and my pick for this week is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch. Because
Ingress Mario!
Exactly. Like, they're just fun games, and it's great party games, and I always love the Mario Kart games. But So I've been playing that. Haven't played much online. I'm still like playing through unlocking and having fun with it. And that's my
Mario Kart
pick.
games are so enjoyable.
They
For
are.
everyone. The whole family can play that.
Yeah, really. I'll buy any of the games that are the Mario or the Zelda games. So, I
Do they
fell
have
into
a
that.
lot of available?
I mean, the system came out what, a month ago, 2 months ago. There's only like 8-10 games.
Is there? Oh, so it launched with a good amount of games.
It launched with a few games. I mean, I only picked up Zelda at launch, and then now I'm playing Mario Kart. Those are the only 2 games I have for it.
Does it have like other crossover type games, like a I don't know, Call of Duty type of thing, or is it?
Nothing yet. No big violent games yet. I don't know what's coming offhand. But I mean, the system's fun. It serves its purpose to entertain me, so I can't complain.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah. So if you guys ever get a Switch,
at my parents' house, I hook it up. We can play Mario Kart here.
How much are they? How much are the Switches?
it's a couple $100. I forget exactly.
I'll wait for my birthday, Don Stugots.
When's your birthday?
Next month.
Oh.
Ooh.
So Stugots will have that sent out to you for your birthday.
And my Firefly sweatshirt. It's not available anymore, the Firefly sweatshirt I wanted.
Well, I told you like a month ago to give me the address. I would have sent it to you.
They're not replenishing. They're just selling them out. And
They had the size that night you told me about it. I would have just sent it to you. You would have had it.
I know, but I can't.
And I didn't think anything of it because you do so much work for this show, and you do so much work for me on some of my projects. I had no issue at all sending you the sweatshirt that you wanted.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt weird about that.
It was well deserved.
Less weird about the Switch though, for some reason. Just kidding.
Yeah, I know you have no problem with the Switch. $200, but a $45 sweatshirt. Oh no, that's awkward.
Yeah, no sweat.
You're crossing a line. That's a boundary, not really.
Expensive electronics are okay. Clothing is not. That's what we learned today.
Yep.
A hooded sweatshirt that I'll wear during the show. Oh yeah, that's horrible.
I'll have to wait until next season.
I've only been friends with you for, I don't know, 10 years, and you were like one of the people with John that like there for me through my divorce and whatnot. But oh yeah, sending you a hooded sweatshirt as payment for work that you do for me. Oh no.
Did you get those business cards made?
Yeah, they should be here Wednesday.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn out.
Well,
I thought I could send you the proof.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, we'll all have to see that next week.
Yes.
For now,
he's bringing it back around.
That's the tease for next week.
I know.
This is a short show, though, guys. This is a very short show. I thought we were going to, you forced me to watch that Planet of the Apes trailer, teaser.
Well, that's because the trailer comes out tomorrow. Today was the teaser. Tomorrow's the trailer. Go ahead.
So that was really more to talk about the industry, but we could do that next week of how they'll put a teaser out for the third trailer, which was stupid, but we could talk about that next week. That's fine.
I guess we could. I just felt like, for me, Planet of the Apes is one of those franchises.
And it's a movie I love, and I know I'll see. I don't need a teaser.
I don't agree with you there. I think they should have remade them. Or rebooted or redone.
Yeah, but see how you'll watch anything time travel, even if it sucks? I'll watch anything Planet of the Apes. I love Planet of the Apes. I have 2 Planet of the Apes shirts. I've always loved it since I was a kid.
I love I love the movies. I didn't love the show.
The show I loved. I even loved the Marky Mark version.
No, see, I don't.
It was like him and the Funky Bunch. It's like, dude, that's racist. You can't have monkeys dancing. What are you doing?
Ape shall not kill ape.
Yeah, ape will not kill ape. What are you doing making them dance with the Calvin lines on?
The original movies are so fucking stellar. It's like if somebody remade Godfather.
They will.
The Godfather series. They better not. Not in our lifetime.
They will.
Eventually. But I guess we're talking apes next week, so tune in.
Yes.
And find more Geekodrome. Check us out at geekodrome.co. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you find your fine podcasts.
What?
You can find us at Twitter, on Twitter at Geekodrome Pod.
Yes.
And on Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast.
And
John,
MySpace. Why are you dissing MySpace?
We have a MySpace page for the show.
I'm sorry. And on MySpace.
Why is that?
Just like the rest of the universe.
Racist.
I'm John.
Yes.
I can be found on Twitter at JustJohn. Shelle can be found at Just2Groovy on Twitter and Gab. And she can be found on MySpace because she really wants to be.
Shexter on MySpace. Friend me.
Stugots is at Don Stugots on the Twitters and hosts the Eat Up on Monday nights. Stugots,
Yep.
What did you cook up tonight on the Eat Up show?
I made French toast cinnamon roll casserole.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Dude, send some of that over here.
Yeah, where's
Over
yes.
here.
Can you bring
Starving.
some to the camera? I mean, hell, man.
I can show you a picture.
Yes, show me a
'Cause
picture.
It's kind of wrapped because we got to bring it to people who are hungry.
Aw.
Like me.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Well, you're not local.
Ooh. Oh, man, that looks good. Is that like
Hey.
icing drizzled on it?
Yep, and it's the icing that came with the cinnamon rolls, but I also added to it. I added cream cheese and powdered sugar and some milk and whipped it all up. Oh man, it was so good.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. It's perfect for
And while
breakfast
you
for
eat
dinner.
that, you can listen. While you eat that, you can listen to the music of First House, who do our opening and closing themes.
Yay.
And until next week, we'll just be too sweet.